What's up, Jerome's? So the drama with the Broncos and Russell Wilson has been dragged out for a long time, but we knew, like everyone knew what was going to happen. Broncos and Russ were headed towards divorce, and that's exactly what happened today. Rap sheet go. Souses. The Broncos are moving on from quarterback Russell Wilson, closing a tough chapter for the team and allowing coach Sean Payton and Wilson to start fresh. Wilson is available for a team needing a starter. Denver avoids an extra $37 million fully guaranteed in 2025. For now. And really what it is, I mean, Sean Payton was the problem here. And you saw him on the sidelines, like getting up in Russell Wilson's face and, benching Russ towards the end. I mean, Russ, frankly, didn't play all that terrible last year, but also it wasn't vintage Russ, right? And, Sean Payton, who knew? Like, stupid-ass Sean Payton is a problem? Shocker. And can't wait for him to get a rookie quarterback and then ruin him. And is like, it's so hard to win in this league without prime Drew Brees. Shut up. Shut your face. But with Russ, I mean, that contract needs to go into the Louvre. I mean, so the 5-year $250 million extension, which this year would be the first year of the extension. Cap is a myth. But Spot Rack points out the ramifications. Russell Wilson post-June 1st release, so not meow, but in cap accounting purposes, post-June 1st to spread out the cap hits between 2024 and 2025. Cap, the Broncos will carry $35.4 million cap hit in June and take on dead hits of $35.4 this year, $49.6 next year. Cash, Denver will pay Wilson $39 million minus whatever he earns elsewhere, a $1.121 minimum. Now, wherever Russ signs, like, they're not going to pay him more than $39 million. So it makes all the sense in the world for him to sign wherever he does for the league minimum. Any more than that is just stupid, because that's subtracted what the Broncos owe him and just dings the cap of whatever new team he is. So again, if Russell Wilson signs anywhere else besides the league minimum for $1.21 million, because again, no one's paying him over $39, it's stupid. But we'll see. Also, how the hell is our boy George Payton still GM? So this Russell Wilson trade, which we'll get into, and contract may be the worst in NFL history. Plus, Nathaniel Hackett was the guy that he hired, and he didn't even last a full season. It was just, that's a mess, man. Again, he's our boy, former assistant to the regional general manager for Spielman and the Vikings, but nah. But the trade, this is bad. All right, so 2 years ago, Russ gave all this up for Russ and signed him to a $242 million deal. So Drew Lock, serviceable young backup. Shelby Harris, very solid on the interior. Noah Fant. I feel like Noah Fant can still be something. He's got to get in the right offense, though. Then a first rounder, 2 seconds. 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a fifth. And the first became Charles Cross, who is a very solid young tackle. Devin Witherspoon, who is quickly becoming one of the best young corners in the game. And then second round picks, Boye Mafe, former Gopher, getting after it on the edge. Derek Hall from Auburn's doing good things. And Tyreek Smith in the 5th round. So, I mean, that's quite a haul. That is quite a haul. And also they took the initial Russell contract off of their books too. So, I mean, Seattle fleeced the Broncos. It's crazy, man. Now, of course, whenever any player becomes available, should the Vikings sign Russell Wilson? If it's under any other circumstances, no. But because of his contract quirk, where he could be had for the league minimum, I guess I wouldn't rule it out. I'm not thrilled about it because, like we said, I don't think Russ was the entire problem with the Broncos, but he clearly has lost something off of his fastball. Not the guy that he was before. And in terms of just being a pocket passer who can distribute accurately and in rhythm, I mean, I much rather prefer Kirk Cousins. But with Russ, he does turn 36 in November, so it's a similar situation as Kirk, but he is not aged like Kirk. So, yeah, maybe Russ was up here when he was winning Super Bowls, flirting with MVP, but he's down here, whereas Kirk has always just sort of been like, His deep ball accuracy has greatly regressed, which was the number one, the best thing about Russell, because that's what happened. Like, Russell pull a Fran Tarkenton, or he did that in the stupid Blair Walsh game too, where he'll scramble around, evade tacklers, all of a sudden then chuck one up, and then Lockett comes down with it. It's just so frustrating, man. Not a stylistic match for Kevin O'Connell. Already has a ring, so isn't hungry, isn't champing at the bit. He's just like, Also, it's so weird because he divides a locker room, but not because he's an a-hole, like what happens normally. Russell, I think Russ is legitimately a good dude. He's just a little weird and aloof. And whether it's Denver never bought in, and also you look at Seattle, like Seattle, the Legion of Boom, just never were in with Russ either. And also, hey, if Russell Wilson signs here, do you think Dalton Reisner resigns? I don't know. But also the 1-year deal is an anomaly. So, I mean, if you sign Russ as the bridge quarterback, you have to draft a quarterback because you are not bringing him back in 2025 at full freight at like $40 million per year. You ain't doing that. But like I said, this is more on stupid ass Sean Payton than Russell Wilson. But I mean, Russ is probably going to be a Hall of Famer. But I mean, his last couple of years have been rough, and it closes that chapter. But hopefully, Russ ends up with like the Raiders or something, or maybe the Steelers. It would be nice if he ends up with the Raiders because maybe it takes him off the table for leapfrogging the Vikings for a quarterback in the draft. Who knows what's going to happen? But your thoughts are thoughts. Broncos cut Russell Wilson. Finally, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.